Hello everyone. So in this video lecture I will explain you how to pass values between function calls. Okay, so let's start. Now till now we have seen what is function, what is user defined function, and what are the parts of okay, I have already explained in my previous video lecture with example what is function prototype, and there were two terms in that video lecture, that is formal argument and actual argument. Okay, and I have explained it. Whenever you call particular function, then there is actual argument. Okay, and when you define particular function, that particular function over here over there, this argument is called as formal argument. Now let's see how can we pass values between functions. Okay, for example, if I am calling particular function, then values pass from main function to that called function. So let's see. Let's suppose there are two person, okay, and they want to communicate. So how they can communicate? If for example I am talking here, and I can use internet as a medium. There are various medium to for communication between two person. Okay, now over here in this concept there is not any person, but we are talking about functions. Okay, now we are talking about the situation when particular function call. Okay, for example, in previous video I have explained you a user defined function using calculate sum of given numbers. Okay, and this is calling function. It is a part of this. This statement is part of that particular program, and you can see this is function calling. Okay, over here function call is made, but this is only function calling, but where is actual function? Okay, and you can see this is my called function, but how can we pass this particular value, this actual argument to this called function, that is formal argument? Okay, so this is called there are two ways we can pass value. Okay, so first one is known as a call by value, and second one is call by reference. We will see both of this. Okay, so first one is sending values of the argument, which is also known as a call by value. Okay, now call by value, that means we are calling particular function, okay, and providing values to particular function. So sending the values of the argument, and the second one is sending the address of the argument. That means we are not providing values of particular arguments, but we are actually sending address of particular argument, and then function call is made, and whatever the process that will happen in the function. Okay, so first let's see call by value of each of the actual argument. Now you should not be confused between actual argument and formal argument. Okay, if you are still confused, then just backward this video, and in previous slide I have mentioned that. So where were we? Value of each of the actual argument in the calling function is copied. Now over here word mention is copied into corresponding formal argument of the called function. So what does it mean? Okay, so in call by value, what has happened? Values copy of actual argument, not address, but copy of. That means, for example, over here it is integer a, and over here corresponding to that argument there is integer x. Okay, so value of a is copied into value of x. So this is how passing by value. Okay, now let's understand one program. So I am just excluding inclusion part of that. Okay, and over here in main method I have declared two variable, integer a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20, and I have just called one function, that is swap v for value, swap value. Okay, so what I want to do, I just want to swap value of a with b. So it should be like this: a should be 20 and b should be 10 after swapping. okay, after swapping. So how can I check whether value is swapped or not? So what I have done, just put a simple printf call, okay, and just printed out a is equals to percentage d, b is equals to percentage d, and just print out variable a and b. Now let's see what is function of swap v function. Okay, so let's see. Now you can see over here, this is function call, that's why it is actual argument, okay, and this is function definition, and over here it is formal argument, and this is call by value. So what happens in call by value? The value of each actual argument in the calling function is copied. So right now, what is value of a? That is 10, b, that is 20, okay. So this value is copied into this formal argument. So x would be 10, okay, and b would be 20. Now inside this function, I have declared one another variable t, and t is equals to x. So what will happen over here? Okay, let me show you in this file. Okay, so at this time, when this function call is made, what is value of x? So x is equals to value of a copied into, so it will be x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 20. Okay, now inside this function, okay, what is the first statement? T is equals to x. So this assignment operator, so what will happen? The value of x is assigned to value of t. So what will be value of t? Value of x is assigned to t, that means it will be 10. Okay, now over here, what is the next statement? Value of x is equals to y. So what does it mean? X, value of y is going to assign to x. Right hand side value is assigned to left hand side value. So what is value of y right now? That is 20. So 20 is assigned to x. Okay, now after that, value of t is assigned to variable y. So what is value of t right now? That is 10, and it is assigned to y. So y is equals to 10. So finally, what is value of x and y? So x is become 20 and y become 10. At the initial, when function call is made, inside over here, what is value of x? 10, y is equals to 20. But after function's execution, what is value of x? 20, y is equals to 10. Okay, so I think you made a clear-cut idea of how this function's value is swapped within particular function only. Okay, now let's see. Can we able to swap the value of a and b? Okay, so inside this function, I have made a printf call and just printed out a value of x and y. And you all know, whenever function call is made, control goes return to particular instruction when that call was made. Okay, so after execution of this function, this printf statement will be printed. So first x and y value would be printed, and after that a and b. Now just let's see the output of it. Okay, so here is my output, and you can see the value of x is equals to 20, y is equals to 10, and that is our calculation, that is as per our calculation. But you can see over here, a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 20. That means it is as it is. Okay, there is no any swapping performed between a and b. So in call by value, the just value is copied from one variable to another. Okay, so actual argument, it remains as it is. Over here, our a and b, these are actual argument, and you can see there is no swapping performed between a and b. Now just let's see what says call by reference. Okay, so the address of actual argument in the calling function are copied into formal arguments of the called function. Now over here, what we are passing? We are passing address of actual argument. Okay, that means using address, we would have an access to the actual arguments, and hence we could be able to manipulate. Okay, so let's start. We will learn this concept using one example. Now let's understand this concept using one example. So over here, this one is our main method. Inside this main method, there are total 3 variables. One is of integer type and the remaining 2 are of float. One is for radius and float are for area and perimeter. So what we want to do, we want to calculate area and perimeter of circle, but obviously it is radius, that's why. Okay, now let's see. So printf enter radius of a circle. So after that, user will enter one value and scanf function to store value of that particular value of given input in particular variable. Now after that, I have called one function that is area peri. So it is for area and perimeter. Okay, so this function is gonna calculate area and perimeter of given radius. So now you can see over here, this radius is to as an input value, and over here you can see we are passing address. Okay, when in introduction to C programming, whenever we are working on a first program, and I have explained you scanf a function. Okay, over here you can see, over here we are passing address of radius variable. So in call by reference, this in this method of passing value to function, we are passing address of actual argument. Okay, over here you can see it is not like a simple area, it is address of area. So what does it mean? We are passing actual memory address of that particular variable. Okay, not value but address of particular variable. And this parameter is also passed as a it's by reference. And after that, just printf area is equals to area and parameter is equals to, we have just printed out value of this. Now what is inside this function? Okay, let's see function definition. And the most important line is this. So this radius is gonna copy into this variable r. Okay, so this radius is just like a simple function call, that is call by value. You can see over here there is no any address of operator. Okay, but this last 2 variable, it is address of area. Okay, address of area, and over here you can see it's not a normal formal arguments float a. It is not like that, it is float asterisk a. Okay, so this asterisk represent reference. Okay, so what does it mean? It's if you are aware about a pointer, then you can see it is a pointer. Okay, it is a pointer, and pointer is nothing but pointer, it will just point to particular memory address. Okay, which is also, we will see it later in pointer section of C programming. So this address of this particular variable is now reflected by this pointer. Okay, so this a and this area both points out to same memory location. So what is happened for example, let's see, this area is equals to, okay, this area is equals to something null value because we haven't calculated anything. Okay, just like that, simple. And address of this memory area is like this. This is address. Okay, and once we made this function call, address of this area is passed to this particular formal argument. So what will happen? This a over here, this a points out, points out to the memory location, this a. Okay, this a work like as a pointer, and where it points at memory location this. And what is stored at this memory location? What is the value of this memory location? That is whatever. Okay, so this is how this call by reference is work. And now let's see. Okay, now over here, what is expression of that 3.14 multiplied by r square? Okay, so what will happen? For example, after calculation of expression, if area is like 25, okay, then this a is points to this memory location, and this value is stored into a. So what does it mean? This value is gonna stored where a points, and a points to this memory location, which is actually area. Okay, so this will be 25. Okay, I hope you are understanding. I hope you are getting my point. Okay, so we are just accessing the same memory location with different label. Okay, over here we are calling it as an area, and now it becomes a, just like that. It's as simple as it. Okay, now again there is another over here, there is parameter variable, and we this p also reflect the same memory location where this parameter points, and it is also some calculation 2 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by r. So we have calculated parameter and this parameter. That means both this parameter and p reflect to same memory location. So actual value of over here, that is parameter is equals to, I am just taking random value, and let's say over here this p, it also reflect to the same memory location, and let's say in this case it's like, okay, so over here address of this is also like this. So you can see this area is 25, parameter is 30, and also a points to the memory location whose value is 25. Actually both are the same. Now just let's see the output of this. Okay, and here is the output. Area is equals to 78 and parameter is equals to 31.40 because it's in a float. Okay, that's why it's taking this displaying this kind of value. So you can, and I hope you are getting my point. You can see this area is of main method. It is in main method scope. Okay, and still its value is calculated. Why? Because we are considering address, not a copied value. That is like in call by value. Okay, now let's see the difference of call by value and call by reference. So over here, as I have explained you, we are passing directly values of variable, whereas in call by reference we are passing address of variable as argument. We need to declare a general variable as a function argument. We need to declare a pointer variable as an argument. Okay, that asterisk sign. Calling function by value does not change actual value of variable as it was in swapping function. Okay, value of a and b, it was like same. Calling function by reference changes the actual value of variable, and it is a slow way of calling function as we are calling it by passing value, so it will take some time. And over here it's just a simple function calling because we are passing address of variable. So this is all about how to pass values from functions. Okay, so bye bye, keep practicing and have a nice day.